Destination Brompton Cemetery in London. Let's check it out. Okay guys, this is Brompton Cemetery, one of the magnificent 7 cemeteries in London, UK. So a little bit of context here. Last time I was here was 35 years ago. Yes, 35 years ago. I am that old. I was 17 and it was my first trip alone in London. So it feels really weird for me to walk here in the graveyard. It's a trip down memory lane. It doesn't change much, but what would you expect from a graveyard that's hundreds of years old? It feels weird because the circumstances were totally different, of course. So I was 17. I was doing evil things already back then. Graveyards in Paris. Well, you know the story. And it was my first trip here in London. And back then there was no internet, there was no mobile phones, there was nothing. But I had read in books that this was a beautiful graveyard. So this is why I decided to visit this graveyard and Highgate Cemetery, which is a little bit further north from here. But I more or less remember the place, the layout. I think there's catacombs that back then you couldn't visit. Now I think it's a guided tour. But yeah, let's take a few images of the place. I have a couple of hours to kill. And I'm gonna show you how it's like here. So this is weird, and this did not exist back then. The people are walking their dogs here. Looks like it's a thing to do, but this is why they have signs, no dog signs, and the dogs are only allowed on this perimeter. They cannot get more than that, further than that. So Brompton is not far away from Earl's Court. It's really easy to get here. There's a tube station right at the door, so there's no effort. It's not like the East Ham Jewish Cemetery where I went to yesterday. That was really difficult to get by. I don't know what else to tell you. There's a few famous people who are buried here. There's the guy, I think, who invented penicillin or something. There was one of the suffragettes. But I'm not here for famous people. I'm here for the anonymous ones. And the site of it, it's a beautiful graveyard, overgrown, kind of like Highgate, less trees maybe. Sounds of works in the distance. I don't know if they bury people here anymore, probably. You know, people who live in the area. Where else would they go? I mean, but it's gonna be expensive. The graves, the placements, the plots. It's pretty crowded. So why am I here? Will you ask me? It's not none of your business. I will answer. No, I'm kidding. This afternoon I will meet James English, famous podcaster in the UK, #1 podcast in the UK actually, YouTuber, influencer, you name it. He has very famous people in his podcast like Barney Blue, Andrew Tate, and Tom Robinson, if I'm correct, the guy who organized this huge march recently. So pretty controversial people, and he contacted me recently to be on his podcast, which I said okay, and he said okay, do you want to do it in Paris or here? I said okay, you decide, and he decided to bring me here, so there's that. So I've been here since yesterday, chilling out, getting ready for the interview, and that's the story. I feel like I'm in Dead Good Walks. I don't know if you know this channel. It's a really cool channel. This guy who goes around Europe and graveyards and talks and checks inside the vaults if you can see bones or what. So I feel like that guy right now, trying to entertain my audience, but with stories, extraordinary stories of my past. Let's continue. So what else? Yeah, first time I came here, or last time, first and last, 35 years ago, I had no camera with me because, you know, we didn't have mobile phones or anything. I didn't have a camera, so I didn't take any pictures actually, which is too bad, because I could have compared the pictures I'm gonna take today and the pictures I took then. Oh, check this out. Really nice red leaves. Yeah, very nice contrast. Oh, there's another one here. Kind of lucky those 2 days, because it's been raining very lightly compared to other days. It's been raining on and off, but nothing really bothering or anything. So very lucky with the weather. And again, I see that people have apartments with a view over the graveyard, like in East Ham, except that the rent here must be 10 times more than East Ham, and the population must be pretty different. Kind of remember this alley. I think I went there. It's a great time of the year to visit this graveyard. It's the October rust setting in. My favorite season of the year. Next week will be Halloween. I don't know yet if I will be in Berlin at the expo or not, or at home watching horror movies. Don't know yet. We will see. Oh, this is a nice cross. Very neat. Very Celtic by design. So Anglo-Saxon graveyards are not really extravagant like Italian ones or French ones. They have their charm, the overgrown aspect of them. Little photo here. Yeah. And the fact that they're usually very ancient. Still, I prefer the Italian ones. So yeah, in the distance you can see the vaults that they have here, which is typical of that place. I'll check them out after I'm done exploring this bit. There is a cat activity maybe here. They're feeding the cats. Gerald Arthur Womwell. Huh. Okay. Womwell. So yeah, 2024, this means that they still bury people here. Let's see if I can go down. It's a bit chilly, not much, but a bit. I suppose this is one of those trails where dog owners are allowed to go. Let's go to the no dogs section. Can I pet that dog? So if you ever are in the area, London, or on a vacation trip and you want to check out something a bit different, still central but different, this is the place to go. Brompton Cemetery. I wonder what kind of nefarious activity is going on here. It's very it's got some weird energy here under the tree. We are approaching from the vaults. There's very few people, but at the same time still too much. Yeah, even people on bicycles delivering shit. Oh well. Let's have a look at those arcades. I suppose the catacombs are not far away from here. much like I remember it. But I see stairs. Is this the famous catacombs? Must be. There's plaques on the walls, but I don't know what they're for. Mong, a pentagram. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it looks like there's more statues over there, higher statues. It's a great landscape. Jimmy Seville, Samuel Seville, okay. I'm such a cunt. Okay, this ugly ass building definitely wasn't there 35 years ago. Or was it? I don't know. It's become a shit city if you ask me, honestly. There's places like that that are worth it, yeah, okay. But other than that, it's, I mean, outside of the center, it's crackheads and knife attacks and, like, you know, fucking ugly people everywhere. I mean, if you're planning on visiting Europe, just avoid Paris and London. That's my big advice. Go to Poland, that's the real Europe. Go to the north of Italy, Florence, Bologna, Venice. Go to rural Germany, not the shitty towns like Frankfurt, which totally sucks. Been there, would not recommend. It's a shithole. But yeah, places like I don't know, rural Germany, you know, small towns and cool places like that. And Scandinavia, except Sweden, which has become also a shithole. Been there, I've been living there, I've seen the change, shithole. But there's still cool places to see in Europe. So just do some research, don't end up in a tourist trap, and enjoy the European experience. Let's see if we can peek inside those catacombs. I don't even know what are those catacombs. It's not what I call catacombs, which are the catacombs of Paris, for example, or I don't know, the bone churches of Milan, or places like that. This is more like tunnels, I guess, with some remains inside. Yeah, there's plagues and I don't know. It has cool snakes though. That's a thing. And a big nice padlock, number 660. Maybe 666 is somewhere else. Yeah, nice door. Nice try. but definitely don't expect to see catacombs if you come here. Let's see what's on the other side. More adventures. Yeah, I don't think we really need more than an hour to explore this graveyard. It's not that big. It's quite narrow. You can easily go from one side to the other. It's not like Père Lachaise or the big ones in Milan. This is more civilized than the other side, less overgrown, I mean. The gravestones themselves are not especially remarkable. Yeah, I'm complaining a lot, I know. But yeah, 17 years old me was impressed by that. Of course, I mean, this is the quintessential Gothic graveyard experience, if you think about it. Complete with Claux. So yeah, if I would rate this, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Ah, what's this building over there? Charles Osborne. Wow. Is this another entrance to the catacombs? Maybe, maybe it's something. I think I vaguely remember seeing that door. Yeah, catacombs over there. That's neat. So this is the entrance to the catacombs. But I think you can visit. There's special guided tours. What can we see inside? Not much. Yeah, no, I don't think that you actually... This is the main entrance. It looks like shit inside. It looks more like a storage room. This is not the entrance. The entrance might be somewhere else. But I like the writing on top of it. It's cool. Okay, I'm done. I'm out of here. Ah, it's a long way to the top or the bottom or the outside. Okay, I don't know. What do you think? Should I do more videos like that? Investigate graveyards like this and found creepy stuff like this. This is really cool. But it's a kid's tomb, for fuck's sake, so why would you do that? Oh, squirrel! Shit, did you see it? It was a grey squirrel. Anyways, I saw it going over there. Gypsies eat them in France. Yep, they do. Oh yeah, it's over there. Little furry cunt. Huh. Yep. there's wildlife here and mushrooms. Mushrooms and fresh graves. Wow, that's very fresh. Their husband and father. Okay, 25 July 25. So they probably ordered the gravestone. Still waiting for it. So the people are still buried here. Why not? I mean, there's worse places. 24. Birds. Wow, this guy was young. Teapot. Better pass boldly into that other world, in the full glory of some passion, and fade and wither dismally with age. I do not agree with that. I'm sorry, but okay, let's talk philosophy here. I often, you know, hear that people say, yeah, live fast, die young, etc. Sorry, but I kind of enjoy doing what I do, and I want it to last. I mean, I want to publish more books. I want to visit more places. Yeah, it sucks, you know, being terminally sick. I've worked in a how do you call that, palliative care for several years. So I saw people struggling for life, struggling for just a single breath of air. You know, that sucks. Yeah. Oh, look at this one, pretty grave there. But I'm gonna tell you, I mean, until you reach that point, there's many other things to do. So yeah, this whole philosophy of, yeah, die young, live fast, or whatever or you call it. I'm pretty sure that the people who would die at a young age, they kind of would have liked to live a little bit longer, if not much, way longer. Except those who commit suicide, of course. But that's my philosophy. And I think the worst is to... oh, squirrel here. Yeah, the worst is to just spend your entire life in prison. I know people who were my age when they were arrested, like in their early 20s, and they're still in prison. They're 50 years old or something, and they spend their entire life in prison for some stupid shit that they've done when they were in their 20s. Something that usually doesn't last more than 10 minutes, you know, 10 minutes of taking a life and paying the price for the rest of your life. That's pretty grim, right? That's a very interesting grave here. I'm not judging, you know, to each his own. Why not? But yeah, many things can happen in your life. You know, who would have thought me when I was 17 walking this graveyard that 35 years later I would be curating an international exhibition, going around Europe and soon the US. No, I would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed that I had a really cool publishing company, that I would be doing all that stuff. So There's a lesson to be learned here. Yeah. There's a bee sign. What's it about? Bees. Wasps. Ah, wasps at work. It's a bit ominous. It's an interesting place, this place. Like I said, there is a diversity of graveyards in Europe. The northern ones, the ones in Scandinavia are really different than this. The ones in Italy are another thing. It's very interesting. There's some beautiful examples of Gothic architecture here, kind of similar to what you can find in Perlecha Cemetery. Very nice. I haven't checked online if there's many videos about this graveyard. Probably there is, because it's quite famous, it's central. There's a lot of crows, an ugly baby. And oh yeah, for people who will probably ask this in the comments, no, I never robbed the grave in that cemetery, even though I was 17 and doing it elsewhere. I'm not that stupid. It would be kind of hard. But you see this thing, this wasn't there 35 years ago, this cafe. That's okay, I think it's cool actually to have a cafe in a graveyard where people can meet and talk and, you know, talk about that stuff while he drinking a latte and eating ice cream. Why not? I mean, but that's it for this video. Thank you for watching this, and see you for another video really soon.